Do you know what's absolutely outrageous? This is the only Mjolnir I have. This tiny little keychain. I'm gonna have to use it for the thumbnail. Hey, this is outrageous, mate. I call myself a nerd. I ain't even got a Mjolnir anywhere. Hey, 100 likes. I'll buy the real thing, mate. Do me a favour. Smash the like button. Thor, Love and Thunder. This is the latest MCU movie, aka Thor 4. Again, directed by Taika Waititi. All the cast from Ragnarok returning. Obviously, minus Loki. And story-wise, with, of course, zero spoilers, Thor is actually with the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's where we last saw him at the end of Endgame. He's doing his thing, you know, saving people with the Guardians, all that good stuff, and then he gets word. There is a bad man, Gore the God Butcher, played by Christian Bale, and he is on a non-stop juggernaut path, and his mission is to kill all gods. And that is his story as a villain, which I absolutely love. And that is pretty much his story. I mean, Thor's going to team up with, like, Valkyrie, Jane Foster, which, you know, hey, I'm going to talk about her in a little bit. That's pretty much it, like, spoiler-free. I know it's being very, very vague. I don't like doing spoilers, especially with MCU movies, man. I love the MCU. It, like, holds a genuine place in here, mate. I love seeing new movies. I don't want to spoil nothing, but that is your story, man. Gore the God Butcher is going around killing all the gods. Thor and friends must stop him. I will be honest, I know I'm being very, very vague. It probably sounds absolutely dead. I really like the story in here. Like, I really, really liked it. There is meanings for everything. Like, I really wasn't sure how Jane becomes Thor. Like, I know, like, from the comics and stuff, like Lady Thor, Thor, Jane Foster, call her whatever you want. I get that, I know that stuff, but I just think, like, it's not gonna work for this movie. It worked for the movie. I actually really liked it. Gore as well, the God Butcher, it's got a really good backstory. I like everything involving the story. The Valkyrie is obviously king of Asgard. Asgard's this weird, like, theme park land, you know, on Earth now, obviously. There's a lot of stuff, and I would say, if I'm being honest, I actually liked everything story-wise. I thought they nailed it. And now let's talk about the characters, of course, starting with Chris Hemsworth Thor. He is the GOAT, man. He's goated as Thor. Like, it's a no-brainer. If you like him, you're gonna like him in here. I was thinking, like, is he his best version of Thor? Probably, if I'm being honest. I think, like, from Ragnarok all the way to now, that collective thing is, like, the best version we've got of Thor. Everything's always different in every movie slightly, but here, it very much feels like a good continuation how we, like, left him in Endgame. Really, really pleased with it. Chris Hemsworth, hey, for go. Korg's in the movie. Really, really funny moments, man. If you liked him in Ragnarok, you're going to be very, very happy in here. A lot of the humour, of course, comes through Korg. Let's talk about Valkyrie. I actually really like Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. She's great in the movie, man. I'm so glad they brought her back. I know she was in Endgame for, like, I don't know, 10 minutes at an absolute push. Maybe not even that, maybe 5 minutes. But in here, they give her quite a lot of things to do. She's got some nice action scenes, and I was pleased to see it. And now let's talk about, like, the big stuff. First of all, if you're going into this expecting the Guardians of the Galaxy on screen for a long time, you're going to be a little bit sad. They're on screen for a little bit, but this is not their movie. Like, you're going to get wind of that immediately. This is very much Thor's movie. Like, so just put your expectations down a tiny bit for that. As for Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, whoa, he's good. Oh my god. Literally going on a path with a sword called the Necro Sword, which summons, like, shadow monsters. Mate, like, I'ma be real. You guys know, I say it all the time, I'm about the villain life, and he was very, 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 very good. The two, like, versions of villains that I really love, and if, like, a character lands and any of these two, I'm very, very happy. The first one, they're just evil, because why the hell not? Like, characters like Dormammu, just pure evil, I love it. And then on the other side of the spectrum, in terms of being a villain, they don't see themselves as a villain, and you get where they're coming from. They have layers, i.e. Killmonger, Thanos, of course, and Gore is definitely on that side. I'm not saying he's, like, Thanos level good, he's definitely not that good, but goddamn, he is so sick. For this movie, you get his motivation. I felt stuff with him. He looks amazing. I know he doesn't look like exactly from the comics. Apparently they said, like, they didn't want it to be too close to, like, Lord Voldemort. But I have to give props. Christian Bale smashed it. He's not in the movie as much as I wanted, and that is a tiny negative for the whole movie, if I'm being totally honest. I would have loved to see maybe like 15 more minutes of Gore. He's definitely in the movie. He's not in it for like 5 minutes and he bounces. He's in the movie. He's in a lot of scenes. It just, compared to the runtime, it's not that much. But the big one that I was very, very worried about, I said this in my trailer reactions, I don't know how I'm going to feel about Natalie Portman coming back. I mean, she ain't been in the MCU, like, big amounts anyway, for ages. And now she's Thor, bro. And I gotta be fair, 90% of her stuff worked. I love how she becomes Thor for the movie. I loved it. Her backstory, what she's been doing, the movie, like, gets you up to speed, what's going on. I liked it. I really, really did like it. I did think some things, very small things between her and Thor, felt a tiny bit forced. There were some lines of dialogue that I was a little bit, I don't know if that's Natalie Portman's acting or if it's just some dialogue was a little bit dodgy in the script. I don't know. There were some things a little bit dead, but I'm gonna be honest, she was really good, man. Like, she was really good. If you got into this movie and you're worried Jane Foster is Thor now and the main Thor, whatever you call him, is like obsolete, nah. There's reasons genuinely for everything, and I actually liked everything. Also, big shout out to Russell Crowe playing Zeus. Yeah, I didn't know I needed that in my life, but I'm glad I got it. And now let's talk about everything else. First of all, the visuals. I mean, Marvel films, you know they're gonna look good. There's a lot of things, if you've seen the trailers involving gore, where it goes black and white, unbelievably sick, especially in the movie theatre. If you can see this in a cinema or a movie theatre, go and see it. Like, the visuals are so sick. There's some action scenes with Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. By the way, there's a subplot thing with Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. I was dying, bruv. I was dying. I could not stop laughing. It genuinely made me laugh. It's so small. It just got me. I don't know why. Like, to be honest, the comedy in here, for me, I'd say like 90% worked. I just think Taika Waititi knows what he's doing with all these characters. Yeah, there's like a handful of things that are like a little bit too much. Like, okay, yeah, we get it, it's funny or whatever, but I'll be honest, you like MCU humour or you like Ragnarok's humour, you're going to be blown away by this. There's definitely more comedy in here than Ragnarok. And then on the flip side, you've got the villain called the God Butcher. I mean, you don't get that name without, you know, doing some stuff, and he definitely does some stuff in here. In fact, the tonal differences are insane. Like, on one half, not literally half of the movie, but like a one hand sort of thing, you're looking at bright colours, humour, non-stop laughing, jokes, and all these amazing over-the-top MCU action. And then on the flip side, it gets emotional, bruv. I'll be honest, there's emotions in this movie, dark scenes, things that are not that funny, and it balances it really, really well. In fact, the only things that I didn't like, tiny things with Jane Foster let me down. I'm talking like very small amounts, man. I'd say most of her character in the movie worked for me. I really liked it. I think some of the lines of dialogue were a little bit off. Maybe 10% of the humour wasn't as good as like the others, and it just was noticeable. Like, I can't explain it. When something's really funny and then you're throwing jokes left, right and centre and some are kind of like not on the standards as the other jokes, I don't know, you notice it. I kind of noticed it. And I just wish Gore was in it for maybe 5 minutes more. I would have been gassed. Don't get twisted. I'm not saying he's like the Winter Soldier in the Winter Soldier movie. He only turns up at some points. No. He's the main villain in here. I think he maybe has a little bit less screen time than Hela. Maybe just by a little bit. And that's me just thinking off the top of my head. I haven't searched it or nothing. I'm just genuine. Or maybe I'm greedy. I don't know. Maybe I was in the zone so much and maybe he's on screen the exact amount of time. I don't know. But overall, I'll be fair, this movie's a banger, mate. This movie was so sick. If someone put a gun to my head and said, like, pick this or Ragnarok, I'd have to pick Ragnarok because for me, I'm just being honest, I think that's God tier. I think that's 10 out of 10, but this was nearly there, mate. And I'm going to give Thor, Love and Thunder 9 nerds out of 10. I didn't even mention the ending. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it. It got me, mate. It got your boy in here badly. I did not see it coming. Twists and turns for the ending. Liked it, man. Really, really liked it. Amazing film. Taika Waititi, big up yourself. Big up everyone at Marvel. Chris Hemsworth, all the actors, actresses, everyone who made this film. You done a banger. There's very, very tiny, minuscule things that stopped it from hitting a 10. But, you know, hey, that's how it is. 9 out of 10. With a potential to be a 9.5 maybe in the future after I watch it twice. Really enjoyed it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Peace.